G'day folks, welcome to another day building Evie. This is Jukes.
Morning.
He's helping do the ceiling this evening, or today, morning, whatever. Come along. It's significantly more difficult with two of us to keep out of the way of the camera, and anyway, we were just kind of getting on with things, so I'm afraid there's not loads of footage, but after initially kind of figuring out the cotton centre line again, and deciding that was a good idea, which turned out to be not very useful, but I suppose it was sort of handy to have an idea of what was in the middle. But it's very difficult going over the top of the bulkhead to know exactly where the middle line was. So anyway, but we then moved on to getting this carrier channel up. You'll notice that the LED channel is already mounted in this. It's already set to the depth for just the right amount so that the ceiling can slide in beside it. There was a lot of us sighting down the boat because honestly this is just lined up on the previous channel in the kitchen, and so we did reference it to the string line, but anyway, eventually then we decided that it was in the right place. And so we started screwing it into place, and then it was a question of referencing to the other side. I think this is us making the final checks to decide that yes, it is in a good enough position that we can actually attach it. And obviously with two people, and there's the ability to talk things through, which is very useful. And I don't know how much progress I would have made without Jukes, but I'm very pleased with the progress that we made. So that one being in place, then we started to put the second one up, and you notice that again this is, so I didn't have to screw up these spaces between the channels or whatever. We ended up just putting them up on the being able to hold them in place and put the other LED, the carrier, in and line it up, and job's done. It was just great. It was easy, and it went in, and it was I'm beginning to wonder. We checked for diagonals and whatever, and decided it was all as good as it was going to get. So just a couple more screw holes needed to go in and fix this up on a permanent basis, and that was it, done. At this point we weren't worried about putting the ceilings themselves up, but getting these things lined up with two people was just so much easier. It was just unbelievable amounts. Anyway, then we went into the bedroom. We attached this 2.4 meters wasn't quite long enough to do this side of the bedroom, so we had to attach an extra bit onto the end, which we did with pocket holes, and we were just lining it all up, and then I realised that actually we needed to take it down because we hadn't put the LED channel themselves in, and so we took it all down because I know from experience how hard and awkward it is to do all of this setting out when it's already up on the roof. So this is putting the LED channel in and putting the screws in that hold that up, and drilling the holes for the cable exit and the controller push button so that you can get to that still. This is very intricate work that it's just very easy to do on the floor. I mean, I say very easy, it's still awkward, but it's massive amounts easier than doing it up above your head, which I had to do for the main lounge and kitchen. So this is when we put this up, then we didn't even have to adjust it. It's unbelievable. It's just such a better idea doing all of this on the floor. So then we put it up, and there was again jiggery pokery, determining lines, sighting down the boat, making sure it was straight with the bathroom into the kitchen and what have you. The other LED channel on the left, then we had to route that one. That one wasn't made, so we did that outside, which was good. And we cut this very carefully. I used the knife again instead of a pencil to line up the track for the track saw. And then this is putting it in and getting each side in. This is currently bending downwards, and then just to see that it's all in. It was easier with the lights off, and then pop, and it works. This is how it was supposed to be. It's in the right blooming place, and it just pops in. It stays there. It's even. So I can only think that I've got better as I've got on, because it must be more accurate or whatever. That little spacer there that's just put in is an idea that Jigs had so that we can put a little screw in to hold up the middle of the ceilings if we want to, or I can. And again, this is the bathroom one. Just pop in. So we decided to take these ones down to put in the spacer bits up above the ceiling, so that next to the what I call the emergency lights, then they've obviously got a flange. So by putting in bits of wood that I can drill up into, then I can hide a screw, a very small thin screw, next to those emergency lights, underneath the flange of the emergency lights. And so then we were going to put this board back in, and having had success with the pop-in method at the back of the boat, then we thought we'd try it. And it just doesn't work. This board is just too long at 2.4 meters with only one hole in the middle. You just can't get enough bend in it to make it work. So we slid it back in, and then we were sliding this one in and did a bit of damage to it, unfortunately. So we decided that we'd glue it back together, and that stopped play. But there we go. Well, sorry there wasn't much video of all of that, but we've got these the ceiling up, obviously, with the LED carriers and the lights all functioning. That wardrobe is only just sort of there as a placeholder. We've got the LED carriers and what have you up in this, and the ceiling and what have you, and then we've started to make progress on these bits to try and give us the opportunity to maybe stick a screw in here and give the ceiling a curve. So there we go. So it's good night from me, and it's good night from him. Take care, everybody. See you soon.